Hey, what's up, guys? Live stream. What is it, Saturday? It's Saturday. Saying very bad connection. What's up, guys? Just coming back at you. It's just doing a little bit of live stream Q&A. It's been a couple of days. Just thought I'd come back at you, let you know I'm still here. Coming at you here from Quartzsite tonight. Let's see. Still working on the tour videos, content of the fifth wheel tour. It's coming. Thanks for your. Hey, Elena, what's going on? I got your message. I got your message. So coming back at you. Thanks. Thanks for being interested and wondering if I'm going to do more. So yes, I'm going to do more. I think it was really successful. Other than, and I've also learned a few things about doing the live streams, such as the internet and video resolution. I've been figuring out like how to make all of that work. So if you have a really slow internet speed, you need to reduce the video resolution that you're shooting with. So like right now, the internet connection isn't the best. So I do apologize for that, but there isn't anything I'm doing the best I can with it. But thanks for your patience. But I think that they're going to get better. I'm liking the live stream because I'm able to go deeper with you guys, deeper with the content. And get some of your questions answered on a more personal level than I probably ever could do, in a video, and just a standard video. So I think it's a format that I'm enjoying as far as being able to engage with you guys. So it's just going to be Q&A. If you guys have some questions, fire away. How are you enjoying your fifth wheel? Definitely enjoying it. Yes, it's very, very comfortable, and the more that we stay in it, the more it feels like home. So it's definitely has a feeling of home, and Bobby and I are really, really enjoying it, and we're really getting used to it. So we're getting used to the water capacities. It's got an 80-gallon freshwater capacity, which is huge. So we're just able to go out further, longer distance. Good evening, Kelly. How you doing? We're able to go out, long distances now. We could easily be out here camped and parked for over a month. I'm figuring right now. We conserve water. We're pretty good at conserving water, so we could go out. We could be out for a long time. So we're just really enjoying the capacities of it and just the space of it. It's a lot better in that regard than the truck camper was, and just overall comfort for both of us. So yeah, it's definitely a win-win, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving every aspect of it right now. So, we're really stoked about just being able to be out at one place for a long time. And one of the things that I'm looking into right now is possibly like a water bladder that I could put into the back of the pickup truck and haul, anywhere between like say 40 and 60 gallons of water around, and then get a pump system together and pump the water from the truck into the fresh water tank. So when you're out here boondocking, water is is a precious resource. And as far as discharging black water, there's ways around doing that. The gray water, a lot of places it can be discharged from the coach, the gray water, not the black water. So yeah, anyways, we're really digging it. How's everything at Sholo, Kelly? Still a bit cold at night. Yeah, yeah. It's been cool here in Quartzsite too. We've actually had to in the mornings, turn the heater on in the morning. So yeah, it's been a little bit cool, but seems to be the temperatures seem to be on the rise. So we're happy about that. Van Dwelling Vet, what made you want to get rid of the truck camper? Just a lot of reasons. I mean, it was time for myself and with Bobby now with me to really just get something with more comfortable accommodations, first and foremost. And, I know I had been looking into a lot of different rigs, toy haulers, fifth wheels, about a year or so prior to making this change. So, it had been something that I had been on my mind. And the more times that you travel and you come south, you tend to get a lot of new ideas. But basically, yeah, mostly the reason is just more comfortable accommodations for what we're doing. Like I said, we the larger rig was actually a great thing. So yeah, that's really what made me want to sell the truck camper. It just needed more room. It was a little bit tight for both of us, and we needed more room. And I was getting a little bit. It was a little bit confining. The truck camper was for me, and I had mentioned that in previous videos. But I had a great time with it. It was a great camper, and it served me really, really well. Let's see. Do you guys have any specific travel plans this year? Yeah, that's a great question, Elena. We've been, we were actually talking about that today. So yeah, things are still a little bit up in the air. We've had some talk about maybe going east, possibly. Maybe into Texas, maybe, but we don't know totally for sure. But I do know that the travel bug is it's biting me a little bit, and Bobby is definitely interested in seeing some more places. So yeah, I think I've got a feeling that we might go check out some more places that we at least haven't been yet. And it's still early. Gosh, what are we still? We're still in January. We've got at least another 2 months left on the road, or down here traveling, because we're not going to be back to Oregon probably till about the middle of April or so, probably, or sometime in April is when we're going back. So we still got a lot of time. I tend to be a little bit more partial to the warmer weather, so Yuma is kind of like my sweet spot, because the weather's nice and I don't have to turn the heater on in the morning, and you can get really comfortable down there near the Mexican border at Yuma. So I tend to kind of like it. That's my kind of little comfort zone down there. But I know that, hey, life's short, and you got to go out. There's still there's a lot of places that I haven't seen, and I'd like to go see. So kind of that's all at this point. Sedona, we've talked about wanting to go to Sedona. I haven't been to Sedona. The Grand Canyon, we may still do. We'll probably do that on the return trip home, maybe. Zion, possibly. We have a national park pass that was gifted to us from my sister, and we haven't used it yet, and it's like, yeah, let's go use it. So we've been talking about New Mexico, Texas, so I don't know, we'll see, but nothing like officially planned, but there's definitely we've been talking about it. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Right on. Yeah, we're really happy with the change, and I don't miss the truck camper as of right now. Like I said, it did serve me well, but just doing what we're doing, being docked up at one location for 5 to 6 months a year up in Florence, the larger rig for what we're doing is it's just a much better choice right now. But like I said, I'm not like saying all this to justify. I'm just blatantly being honest with you and transparent. But yeah, I think it's just a really good choice. And then of course, I was able to put a lot more money back in my pocketbook. So and that was certainly an appealing part of the decision, but it wasn't the driving force behind it. We just need more comfortable accommodations. So yeah, if you guys got questions, like we've got 8 people watching, I'm just shooting this, off the cuff, guys. I generally, if I do a live stream, I like to schedule them so you guys have a little bit of a heads up, and there will be there will be some direction with the content. It just won't be kind of, like nothing. So what I'd like to do here in the future is, for example, do the tour of the fifth wheel and then do a live stream going deeper with that, with your guys' questions, and just answering questions you might have about that video, so that I don't know, so I can be of value some way to you guys. I think that's kind of the cool part about these live streams is not only, there's a lot of cool things you can do with them. I mean, you can do like a live thing, like going around and showing like an event like I did here in Quartzsite, the big tent, for some people that was cool. For some people, that have seen it, it's probably kind of boring, but, live stream is good for that. And I think, doing Q&A and going deeper with the discussion, the live stream is great for that. But we'll see, it really, to me, it comes back to you guys and what you guys want to see, but so far, I think the live streams they've been popular. Elena, what does Bobby think about full timing? Has she had any experience with it before? What does she like or not, if anything, about it? Sorry, loaded question. No, that's a great question. Well, thanks for asking. Bobby, what does she think about full timing? Well, she's right here doing a crossword puzzles at the moment, so I don't want to interrupt her. No, I'm just kidding. So what do you think about just full timing or living in an RV?
I like living in the RV full time. But I want to work and stuff, but living in here is fine.
And this is your first time living in an RV?
Yes, and I love it. It's my home.
You love it?
My home.
Cool. And so it's been a positive.
Yes.
There she is. Yeah, she says it's been, she really likes it. It's, I know, we're both, very simple-minded people. What's up, truck camper? How you doing? We're both really simple-minded. Let me answer the rest of your question. Has she had any experience with it before? What does she like or not about it? Do you have anything like that you kind of like about it a lot, or do you have anything you kind of don't like about it that you like to share, just from your experience?
I like it. I really like it.
What don't you like? Be honest. Is there anything like you kind of just don't like about it, or?
Yeah, no tub.
No tub.
No
oh,
tub.
okay. No tub.
My cauldron.
Cauldron. Yeah, she likes to take like baths and stuff, but the shower we have in here, when I do the tour, it actually has a seat where you can sit down on and and bathe up, to conserve water and stuff. But yeah, it sounds like she likes it. We're both really simple, just living type people. We kind of just like the simpleness of the RV living experience. I know I love it, and I just don't miss. I mean, I've owned houses and stuff before, and this is just a much more simple experience than, say, just living in a house with all the upkeep and the maintenance and all the things that go on. And then of course with a house, you're locked into one particular area. But yeah, I think that's pretty much kind of what she had to say. Kelly, no tub. Let me pull up your question here again, or comment. No tub left allowed. I hear the same thing here. Yeah. But you know, it's nice. The fifth wheel is nice now because it's you know, it's basically got a real full shower in it, and you know, in the truck camper with the wet bath, it made for like a larger, a roomier, you know, toilet using experience in the truck camper. But it was kind of pointless taking a shower because it's like you take a shower and you know you got to like dry everything off, and I mean the wet bath was kind of. I never liked taking a shower inside the truck camper, but I always took showers outside with an outdoor shower. And the fifth wheel doesn't have an outdoor shower. That's kind of one thing I could put one in, and I've already thought about doing that. But there's other methods I could do. But it's been the shower in the fifth wheel is great because it has an area where I'll show in the tour where you can sit down and bathe, wash your hair, and everything. And it's actually pretty simple. I'm just looking at your comments, guys, now. So just like I said, just before those of you guys new on the live stream here, I'm just shooting this from the cuff. Just if you guys have specific questions about things, you know, fire away and ask them. I'll probably go here for like another, I don't know, however much longer if we get people to keep. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the connection is kind of, it could be like that. So I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm out here in the desert right now, so the internet signal is, you know, it's what it is. There's water in this cup, if you're wondering. So I think I'm still up in quartzsite right now. This was like I think the last official day of the big tent. Bobby and I actually just came back from Phoenix. We were in town in Phoenix visiting some Bobby's family, and so yeah, there's still a lot of people out here. A lot of people out here camping and living the dream. So what else could I say? What else could I say here? Guys got any more questions? Yeah, it keeps telling me very bad connection. Charlie 45 LC, how is your gas mileage now? It's a great question. Well, my gas mileage is great right now when I'm not hooked up to the fifth wheel. Man, I'm getting like 20 miles per gallon, 22 miles per gallon. If I keep my foot out of it unloaded, I can get up to like 22 miles to the gallon, which I'm just loving it, guys. I'm just loving being able to, you know, drive around without having any load on the truck and just getting the best gas mileage I can with this diesel that I have. It does very well. With the fifth wheel, I haven't done enough testing yet to give you guys some numbers, but I will give you some numbers when I find out. I'm projecting probably to be somewhere around 12 miles to the gallon, possibly a little bit better. You know, the sweet spot on this truck is like, you know, 60, 62 is kind of what it likes. But yeah, that's pretty much what I know at this point. But I will keep you guys up to date with that kind of information. Mac Johnson, how much are RV parks in Oregon? Where are you going to stay? That's a great question. RV parks in Oregon, they are going to vary in the prices. The parks, the pricing is going to vary. I know that's a very vague answer. In Florence, Oregon, where I kind of know that area very well, you know, the parks can be upwards of, you know, on a monthly stay, like $450 a month, and that would include paying for your utilities and so forth. RV parks are not cheap. They're not cheap in the summer months. The prices tended to drop a little bit in the winter months because everybody comes south for the winter. But RV parks are expensive. Gosh, I would probably say depending on where you are, you could pay anywhere from $400 to $700 a month. It just depends on the park, the amenities, the terms. All RV parks ran a little bit differently. There's a lot of choices out there. But anyways, those are kind of some of the numbers. This is going to vary. Where are we going to stay? We actually have a situation right now where I'm staying on private property right now on an owner's land, and I'm doing like a work exchange gig there where I maintain some of the grounds of the property in exchange for a place to stay, full hookups. It's a great situation. And so I also help out the owners with a bunch of other things, but that's the gig I have right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's a really, really great situation. I'm very grateful for it, and I also encourage you guys, if this is something you're wanting to do, that look for those opportunities. Private landowners that are looking for either caretakers, and this situation, of course, is going to appeal to somebody who is going to earn or make their living from this location. This is a little bit different from a work camping type of gig. In some respects, it is a little bit different, but I am really getting a lot more value out of this situation than when I was staying at the RV park. And then of course I don't have to deal with all the rules and the BS that goes on at RV parks. They have a tendency to change the rules sometimes at the RV parks, and I don't have any of that stuff to deal with. So I'm very happy. And then that's for about 5 to 6 months out of the year, and then the rest of the year I come down here to the Southwest, and I'm a free bird. I'm an eagle, and I go wherever I want, and make my own rules. So it's a great situation. Let's see, Elena, how, as far as expenses full timing, can you please talk about it? What are the major expenses? That's a great question. And what are the expenses? I guess, I've answered this question like a few times before, but I usually say that, it depends, and what does it depend on? Well, it depends on you. It depends on you, and I guess that would be my first, like if we were having a conversation around a campfire, and it would just say, well, it depends. It depends on you. It depends on how you want to do this. Do you, and when I say how do you want to do this, meaning do you want to stay in an RV park certain months out of the year? Do you want to just boondock, park for, don't pay anything to park and so forth? And do you have solar on your rig, or are you plugged into full hookups? I mean, there's a lot of questions, but what does it cost? My largest expense, like right now down here, where we are paying basically nothing for, we're not paying any rent. I did have to pay here at Quartzsite. I had to pay $20 to dump the tanks and get water. $5 for water and $15 for dump. That was $20. Fuel and food, those expenses don't go away. That's pretty much the largest ones. But then again, down here, the less you move around, then that dramatically reduces your fuel expenses a lot. So numbers, gosh, and food is just going to depend on you and how much that you spend. You have internet. I have an awesome deal right now on internet. I have a Mobley device, and I pay with taxes approximately $23 a month for like unlimited internet. I've got a phone bill that I pay. I have a straight talk plan. I've got the minimum amount. I think it's like $35 a month I pay for that. It's unlimited talk and text. So that's $35, plus the internet. Those are mandatory things that I must have. But as far as that, I live a debt-free, payment-free life. I don't have any debt. I don't make any payments on anything. I do make one payment, and that is I rent a storage locker in Florence. That costs me approximately $70 a month for a 10 by 10 storage locker. So that's another bill. But other than that, I don't have any other payments on things. So anyways, back to you. You want to know, the expenses full timing. You can guarantee on having a budget for repairs, maintenance, tires, brakes, little mishap things that happen, and that's going to depend on your vehicle and the condition of it, and all sorts of things. But that's a budget that always needs to be pretty healthy, and you need to have a good solid funds in there, whether it be a credit card, as long as you've got the funds to pay it off and stuff. And hey, Jeff, what's going on? And you need to have good backup for that. But yeah, in our particular situation, and that's why I say everybody's going to be different, and what we do may not apply to you or to anybody else. But we pretty much we don't really have we don't have any payments, so we were able to really affordably live this way and live good, and we're not really cheap people. We like to eat good out here. We like to eat good, so we don't chintz on food and stuff. But and she's laughing. There's a lot of ways that you can regulate your costs and your expenses. But my question, it's going to really just depend a lot. You're absolutely welcome. It's going to depend on you. And if I was what's the word? Not counseling, but if I was I don't know, you're coaching you or something, I would just want to know about you, and what do you want to do, and how do you want to camp, and where do you want to stay, and to give you some numbers. But there's just a multitude of ways that you can do this. And like I said, what we do, we're pretty much snowbirds, and we stay in one location for 5 to 6 months out of the year, and then we come south, and we never pay for camping when we come down here. I don't pay for camping. I don't want to pay for camping. I mean, I've seen some of these parks. Some of the parks are really nice to stay at. There are some really nice state parks here in Arizona, and I would like to stay at a few of them. But I like the freedom that. I don't like a lot of rules and stuff, and I just like being a free bird. I was out here the other night. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I was kind of out here the other night with Bobby, and I was just saying, why are we here? And we're here, not because of the rigs, and not because of, I don't know, how big your truck is or whatever, but we're out here to enjoy the freedom that we have. And it's just the freedom of being out here on the desert, and there's just nothing like it. And I hope that all of you get to have that same experience. Let me see. Go back here. Comments. How about health insurance? Health insurance. Yeah, that's going to vary from person to person. I have some health insurance, and I mean that's just going to kind of vary from. Everybody's going to have a little bit of a different situation on that, and whether you decide to have health insurance or not to have it, it's going to, everybody's kind of have a different take on that, and everybody's going to be it's kind of a personal, kind of a personal question as far as it really, it just depends on you, and I guess, you and your health, and how much a risk you want to take. Is it worth expending those costs for it? Those are all questions that we have to ask. Personally, I'm way more on the fence of self-care and taking care of yourself, and that means just I don't want to put my health in somebody else's hands. But anyways, it's a big discussion, and it's going to vary from person to person, and everybody's going to have everybody has different needs with health insurance. CTAP 1 up in Elko, Nevada now, learning about gold mines and real life miners. Cool.
Oh, Jeff, hi.
Bobby says hi. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're up there. I have never been up in Elko. That's an area that I'd like to go to, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to explore up there. See if I missed any of your guys' comments. Mac Johnson, the Mobley was a sweet deal. AT&T stopped that one. Yeah, that was a really sweet deal, and I got in it right on the tail end of that deal. I paid a lot of money for that device. I didn't buy it from AT&T, but I was able to get the device and then sign up for it with AT&T. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry. I also told one of my other buddies about it. He got in, but yeah, the AT&T Mobley was a really sweet deal. Let's see here. What else we got? Sorry, guys, for the breakup in the connection. Bigfoot 1. Greetings to you freebirds from Germany. Hey, what's up? Friends from Germany. Also planning going full-timing in my camper van. Right on. Right on. That's great, guys. Yeah, it's. Hope you. I wish you all the best in your experience camping, and there's just nothing like being out there on the road and learning about yourself and getting to see some really cool places. Mac Johnson, you can get a 6-month BLM LTVA pass in Arizona for $180. It includes free water, garbage. Yes, I have looked into some of that, and those are great situations. One dislike I have with some of those locations where they are, some of the locations are quite a distance away from services, such as Walmart, grocery stores. They tend to be out in a little bit remote places, so there is some places there's a little bit of a long drive to get to some of those services. That's just one drawback that I've had with the LTVA. But yes, in some LTVAs they also have showers they've got showers that you can go whether they're hot or cold. So yeah, they do have some services there, and that works out for a lot of people. You can pay the fee, you can set up camp, and you can be out there for 80 days or 6 months or whatever it is. So, yep, a lot of people do that, and it works out very well for some. Black Crow walking, what's up? I avoid hospitals like the plague. Laughing out loud. Yeah, I agree. It's I'm a believer, in just self-care and taking care of yourself, and just. I don't know, man. I try to stay away from all those institutions myself. It's just, I mean, there's a place for them, but yeah, it's just I don't trust many of them either. So I'm with you, brother. What do we got here? We got what's up, Germany. I lived beautiful country for years back in the 80s and 90s. Mac Johnson stayed up at Yuma Proving Grounds LTVA last year for a month, not too far from Yuma. Yeah, Senator's Wash. I've been up there. I really was impressed with that area. There's a lot of Senator's Wash. There's a lot of area where you can go, and there's a lot of choices where you can camp. You can go swimming up there. They've got I think it's the lake. They got the lake up there. I forget the name of it. That's a nice place. But then again, it's you're a little far from a Walmart or whatever. But it's what it is. It works for a lot of people. I have a place, where that I go out in Yuma, Ogleby Road. I kind of like, and it's close to Yuma. It's close to Mexico. It's close to some off-roading opportunities that I do, but it's close to town. Yeah, more water would be great. Thanks. But yeah, LTVA, it's a good place, and there's several around. There's the Holtville Hot Springs. That's a good place, but they don't have any dump facilities. They don't have any water up there, but they got a nice hot spring that it's warm and it's real nice. Keyshawn, yep, Keyshawn Casino. Yeah, it's another one of my good places. I like staying at the Keyshawn. Yep, that's a good place to stay. They got dumpsters you can dump your trash. And then the Paradise Casino. I like the Paradise because it's the closest place that to Yuma that you can go camping for free. And nobody bothers you. You can stay there for as long as you want. You can disconnect your rig from you can unhook, your rig, and they don't squawk or anything. So yeah, both the casinos in Yuma are great, and I know people there that set up camp there for a long time, and that's where they go. They don't deal with the BLM at the casino. So, for some people, that's what works for them. And the other thing you can do too at the Keyshawn, you can get a like a fishing license, I believe it is. I don't know what the cost is on it, but you can camp on the the reservation land, and you can get a fishing license, and you can be out there for as long as you want. And I know people, that's what they do. That's all they do, and that's another great way to go. So if you want to, just be free and mind your own business, and that's a great way to go. Chris Horse, enjoying the extra room of the fifth wheel. Yes, absolutely. Really enjoying every square inch of it, and I'm liking it more and more every day. Just all of the aspects of it. The ground clearance is great with it. It's really liking it. Yeah, and it tows really well. I mean, it's definitely a lot more weight than the truck camper, but I'm very happy with it. Yep, very, very, very happy with it. If I go to RTR, it's just okay. Yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. There's a lot of people there. That's it was a little bit too many people for me. It was a lot of people, but there's a lot of people everywhere here. You're not gonna, if you're coming out here to get away from people, this is the wrong place to be. Go find your seclusion somewhere else, as I like to say. And there are plenty of places you can go find some seclusion, but this here, you don't come here for seclusion. You come here to be social. Chris, I'm thinking of getting a small fifth wheel myself. I do love the Northern Light you had. Yeah. It's just there are pros and cons with every type of RV, and it's my opinion that one of the best things you can do as somebody entering this game, it's to talk to people that have had the different rigs and ask them the questions, and they'll tell you what they liked or they didn't like about the different rigs. Personally, the number one complaint I have with the truck camper is taking it on and off of the truck. And I found for me, when I come down here south, I kind of want to take it off the truck. And I just find that that's something that's important to me. It may not be important to you, but it was a hassle taking the truck camper on and off of the truck. I think I said it before, but I think one of the inventions that I don't know if somebody has came up with it yet, but is a self-leveling system for a truck camper. That would be a total game changer, because taking a truck camper on and off the truck, there's a bit of there's a little bit of an art to doing it, and I just kind of found it to be a little bit of a hassle. And then once you take it off the truck, then you have to stabilize it and stuff. So that was probably just, right now having a fifth wheel, like I'm telling you guys, like I don't know if I could, go back to the truck camper from that standpoint, but you know what? There are places that I went to in the truck camper that I could not get this rig into, and so there's that trade-off with it. But those of you guys who watching the channel for, I'm still going to be doing other of those backcountry, camping trips, probably more from a car camping type of standpoint, because I do like to go into those rural, remote areas and still go camping. And I could take this fifth wheel a lot of places, trust me. But the truck camper, like on logging roads and stuff, there's just no comparison. And then if you add four-wheel drive with that, you've got one hell of a rig to go a lot of places. So again, there's going to be trade-offs with everything, but the Northern Light was it was a great product. It served me well. Would I buy another one? I don't know. Maybe not. All of these RVs, guys. It doesn't matter if it's a Northern Light, if it's whatever, they all require maintenance. And even if you buy a brand new one, there's still maintenance that has to be done. And just because they roll off the assembly line doesn't mean that everything is perfect. There's still, if it's an old one or a new one, there's maintenance that has to be done. So there's a cost benefit analysis that you have to do. Let me see here. What else can I answer? I'm 6'6" and around 300. Yeah, small camper might be too tight. Well, I don't know what your budget is or what you're interested in, but one piece of information I'll leave you with, being tall like myself, Lance. Back in 99 and 2000 Lance models, not the Lance Light, but the regular standard Lance models, they produced those with the tallest ceiling height that I have seen in any truck camper. I think they were either 81 or 82 inches ceiling height. I think 82. And they also offered those models with no slides, so they're very lightweight. And they also offered those with the smooth siding, the smooth fiberglass siding. So if you're in the market for a used one, you might want to check out like a 99 or a 2000 Lance in any length configuration. They were all tall. Matt King, did I do something wrong? I keep getting ignored. I don't know if you're talking to me or I've just been going on and on with answering questions. I'm not ignoring anybody. Let me see. I got a Class C Mac Johnson. I was thinking about selling and getting a casita so I can get further back in the mountains. Yeah. Lightweight is definitely a big issue if you want to get further out into the wilderness. And more importantly, in my opinion, ground clearance. Ground clearance is everything. Like, a lot of these Class C's, man, I mean, you can rip the sewer connection right off of those things going off-road. It doesn't take much. So, and I'm really impressed right now with, I've seen a lot of these lifted cargo trailer. They're actually selling them, production units. They're like for off-road applications, camping, but they got high ground clearance. Those are really wicked cool trailers. You might want to check some of those out. They've got larger oversized tires and they're made for going off-road. Was watching others backing under the truck camper would be very hard to do alone like you did. I used to do mine alone. And it's going to require practice because every truck camper is going to be different and every truck is going to be a little bit different, meaning the configuration, the layout of the bed, and they're all going to be a little bit different. You can do it, and one piece of advice I will also give is a backup camera. I never tried it, but I think the backup camera mounted where you cannot see, like when you're getting the truck camper squared up to the bed, a camera could really help you win in backing up that the truck to the camper, getting it hitched. Jimmy Rants, what's up? Do you have what you need in case you have a flat on your fifth wheel? Good question. Yes, I did purchase I think it's like a 15 or a 20 ton bottle jack so that I can jack up the frame rails in front of the tire. That's where they specify jacking the rig up. But yes, I do have a brand new or newer spare tire, and yes, I do have the tools to change that out. So yeah, that's another really important thing. You've got to on a fifth wheel, you've got to make sure you've got the jacking. You've got something that's going to jack up that height of the fifth wheel, and you need right blocking too. Yeah, you should be prepared to deal with a flat tire because these larger rigs with the weight, it's I try to make sure my tires are at 80 psi before I travel and hit the road, and that's definitely gonna help out. But yep. you can have tire issues, and I wouldn't want to take a chance on a fifth wheel. I like the smooth side, no slide outs. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I suggest. I'm really impressed right now with the 99 and 2000 model year Lances, just because they've got that tall height, interior ceiling height, and that is in like from 8 foot length to like 11 foot length, and no slide outs. And so that's getting a lightweight package together there for you. And I've saw there's a nice one for sale right now in Oregon. I think they're asking like $8,500 for it. So you can pick them up pretty cheap. I need ground clearance. My Class C bottoms are everywhere. Yeah. Ground clearance. Ground clearance is a big issue, and that's where when you go with a fifth wheel, you win. You win with ground clearance. I mean, fifth wheels have so much ground clearance. And you can even jack them up higher if you want. But boondocking and stuff, ground clearance is a big deal. The backup camera sounds like a great idea. I have a crew cab, so it'd be hard to look back out the window. Yeah, they've got some really awesome backup cameras. If you go to like e-trailer, they've got like magnetic ones where, well, you could rig up a GoPro too if you've got a wireless one. That's what I was going to do. Just hook up the GoPro and do a wireless deal from the GoPro to my smartphone in the truck. But yeah, absolutely. I would, if I had another truck camper again, I would have a backup camera mounted in the bed so that I can see that I'm squaring it up. I'm squaring up the truck camper to the truck bed. So used Bigfoots for sale, at least 6'4". Yeah, that's the thing. Bigfoot never made anything taller than 6'4". Northern Light didn't start doing them until 2012 in the 10'2" models only. The taller 80-inch interior ceiling height. But you got to also remember, too, if there's air conditioner units, the air conditioner might, like the issue I had in mine, I actually had to remove the cover because I whacked my head on the air conditioning cover. So, it's, if you're a tall guy, there are other options out there, but Lance has been one of the only ones I have seen that have the tallest, 82 inches in a hard shell camper. That's the tallest I've seen. Now, if you want to go to a Popup, there are some that are like 6'11" inside. So, and a Popup, is a great way to go. So, lightweight, probably not so much for full timing, but, that's up to you. Matt King, you're the best. Well, keep being real. You're around will do. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I just try to be honest and give it to you guys. What I know, and that's the way I roll, man. I was looking at pop-ups. Yeah, pop-ups. Pop-ups are great. It's, if you kind of think about like the Westfalia vans. That's a pop-up type thing. Just it's a van pop-up, but yeah, a truck camper pop-up. It's a great deal. I mean, if you're going to be doing off-roading, going back into the backcountry and stuff, like, a pop-up is great. The only other issue with a pop-up and stuff is like tank capacities. You're not going to have the tank capacities like water carrying capacity that you would with a hard shell camper. But that may not be important to you, but you're not going to get 30, 40 gallon freshwater tank capacities with a pop-up camper. I've never seen them. Arctic Fox 2012 has cathedral ceilings, or am I mistakenly? Yeah, I don't know. The research I have done into Arctic Fox truck campers, I don't know if you're talking truck camper or fifth wheel, but their ceiling heights are all very, they're low inside. They're like 65, 67 inches. I had a 69 Westy years ago. Yeah, those Westfalia vans. I like the Westfalia van as far as like the the transaxles and the independent rear suspensions, and those things will go a lot of places. And the only challenge is they can, today, in my opinion, they can end up becoming like money pits. You've just got so much money into them that you're never going to get them back out of it, and parts, and there's trade-offs with everything. But those Westy vans, they were a great rig, in their day, and they still are today. I was actually traveling here today from Phoenix out here, and there was a dude in a, like to be about a, it was a water, I think it was a water pumper. No, it wasn't a water pumper. It might have been. It was about an 81. It had the round headlights. Guys cruising down the road doing about 55 miles an hour, but hey, he's taking all his time, but he's getting there. He's getting there. But that independent rear suspension of those things can go a lot of places. What else we got here? Questions. Always try and watch your videos. Thank you. Do you use a lube plate on your kingpin to prevent metal-to-metal squeaks? Yes. Wayne had set me up with a plastic ring that prevents that metal-to-metal contact. Let's see. Plus, the sleep east-west. Not sure that would fit sleeping diagonally. Yeah, that's another thing too. The whole sleeping arrangement. I personally prefer north to south rather than east to west. I owned an east to west Lance. I owned a Squire Light 165 that was east to west, and I didn't like it. Yeah, the Westfalias. Yeah, they still catch a hefty price, but yeah, there's a huge following, for them, but they are unique rigs, and I mean, man, these, the ones I'm most impressed with are the ones with they're the Ford. There's a company that makes a conversion kit for the Ford, a Focus engine, or it's one of those Ford engines, but yeah, I mean, if you swapped out that Volkswagen motor with one of those things are pretty cool, but there's people that they just run the Volkswagen motors, and they take good care of them, and they drive them like they drive them like they were designed to be driven, and they work fine. So it's all relative. Subaru motors are popular too. Yeah. Chad with living the van life. I think that's what he did in his. Actually, I was watching his video today. He's got a new. They got a new YouTube channel, and they were up there driving him in the snow and stuff. And yeah, they're pretty amazing. You put some chains on those suckers, and they'll go the direction that you want to go. What we got here? Are you going to do solar on your fifth wheel? I already have solar on the fifth wheel. It's got about 290 watts of solar on the roof right now, so I'm set. Hope you get to see Zion and also Bryce Canyon. It's unreal. Utah's mystical place. Yeah. I don't know if we will get up to Utah. I certainly would like to go in that direction, and I think it's just going to depend on weather right now. But yeah, who knows? I don't know. Maybe March or something. Maybe the end of March we'll head up that direction. We just might do that. There's water in this cup, if you guys were asking. No whiskey. Anyways, what are we at here? Geez, 50, almost an hour. Wow, time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, these live streams are a lot of fun. I think we're going to kind of be seeing a lot more of them here. Glad you got solar, size out, and full batteries. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this solar we got on here right now, it really does very well. Yeah, I'm a believer now. You got to, if you're doing solar, you should have a minimum of, a minimum of 200, 250 watts. And we've got the solar we've got on the roof right now. It gives us plenty of power for our power needs. We don't have any issues right now with my charger. Most of the time is just sitting and float. So it's okay if there's whiskey. Yeah, maybe one of these nights. But I'm not a big boozer, so it's not a hobby of mine. But every once in a while it's fun. You got your 4,000 hours yet? 4,000 hours of what? Will you install a generator? I know it's pretty expensive. Yeah, I've got I have a Honda 2000i that I pack in the front of the fifth wheel, and it just fits in there like a glove, and that's all I need. I mean, but I haven't had to use the generator. The solar we have is it's really doing very well. But no, I'm not a fan of personally. I'm not a fan of onboard generators. I had one in the Northern Light, and the only time it was really good for is just I needed power on demand, like right now. It was great for that, but for everything else, it was not so great. Being set up in one place for a while, and if I need power, the Honda was just a much better method to get power. But no, I'm not really a fan of the onboard generators. But then again, it goes back to you and I don't know what your needs are. I don't do like microwaving when I'm out here boondocking in the desert, so I don't need that power to do that kind of stuff. That's just me. But 4,000 hours for YouTube, I think, so you can monetize and make some money in me. As far as I know, I meet the YouTube requirements for the new monetization standards. I meet the requirements. I haven't gotten any emails from Google telling me any different. So I guess I'm in, and so I'm pretty stoked about that. But you guys that are new out there, and don't let this stuff get you down, or whatever. And I don't know. I just I'm not happy about this thing that went down. I mean, I think that a lot of these new people should have been grandfathered in, but they weren't. I think all new people should have been subjected to these new things, but that's not the way they played it out. But don't let the stuff get you down. If you guys, I encourage everybody to start a YouTube channel and just get it going, and don't boggle down with all this crap. Just get on there, make videos, make content, and that's my motivation for you guys. Don't get hung up with all the stuff. But yeah, I'm not happy about the way it went down. But you gotta roll on. I mean, I think I have a funny hunch that there's going to be some competition here in the future for YouTube. So we'll see how it all plays out. Facebook, keep an eye on Facebook, guys. They're hungry. They see where the attention is. The attention is video, and Facebook they're gonna battle. I think Facebook is gonna battle. So we'll see where it goes. Maybe Facebook might be the next big opportunity. Yep, yeah, generator in the back of the truck bed. Yep, that works too. So anyways, just reading your guys' comments here. else we got? Diesel here in Colorado is $2.75. How high is it where you are now? I paid $2.82 in quartzite. In Yuma, it is the cheapest. Usually it fries, and if you get the fuel points, it fries. I think I was paying like, I don't know, $2.50 a gallon, somewhere in there. So it's pretty cheap overall here. But yeah, that's a decent price. I think the YouTube RV channel market is saturated. Yeah, I would agree. I've actually been having a lot of thoughts kind of lately about, just the whole RVing, like market. I just think people are getting kind of bored with like a lot of there's just so much content out there. And I mean, you definitely have to be doing something unique to stand out. And I mean, and there are some people that are doing some cool things and they are standing out, but as more of a crowded space that YouTube becomes in the various niches, like, you've got to like stand out somewhere. You got to brand yourself differently. So I've been thinking, sorry guys, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I've been looking into different niches, like trying to do, but yeah, it's the market, the RV market, is very saturated and stuff, but yes, it is saturated, but there's still like a lot of opportunity there to do something different and like just go deeper, but it just, I don't know, it's just the market will tell you, if people are watching, whatever. I mean, entertainment is entertainment. I mean, people want to see, a lot of people watch the RV videos, I think, for entertainment. I'm certainly not, that's not like what I try to do. I mean, I try to like provide value for you guys or information, or that's what I've been trying to do on my channel. Coming at it from that space, but yeah, I mean, there's still opportunity there, but we'll see. We'll just see. I mean, if people just keep watching, then I guess that just says where things are. So, it's funny to see some of the new guys that have no idea what they're doing give advice. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's nothing worse than the blind leading the blind. People that they just don't have the experience or whatever. They haven't, paid their dues, and they're telling you, how to do it all, and they, I don't know. Always ask yourself. Even me, if I say things or tell you guys things, do your own research. But yeah, it's there's a lot of, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there giving advice, and where they clearly just don't have the experience that other people do. But that's just my opinion. Wow, I thought maybe it would be around $4 per gallon with all the RVs out there. No, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, fuel by and large here in Arizona is pretty cheap. I mean, that's a diesel price. I mean, unleaded is a lot less than that. But you go over to California, and the prices go way up over there. So Nevada's kind of on par with Arizona as well with their fuel prices. Let's see here. It's nice that you mix it up with camper repairs, cooking, cleaning, and traveling, exploring the outdoors. Some others do that as well. Yeah. It's I've tried to mix it up with a lot of things, but I also see that you gotta always be changing and doing things, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with these live streams is try to connect with you guys like on a deeper level with some things, and I just think that. You got to keep adapting, and you got to keep marketing yourself. You got to keep changing things up. But then again, all that being said, it's it comes back to what you guys want to see. So some just stick with one or two things, yeah, and that's cool too. If you double down on your niche, whatever it is that you're doing, Our BLM permits free for 14 days. Well, I don't know. I mean, once you're issued a permit, yeah, the permits are free and they're good for 14 days in the areas where there are camp hosts and they're issuing them and they're checking for them. A lot of places you go, I don't think it's like required that you have a permit. I mean, if you they come around and ask you, do you have one or whatever, and if you don't, then they'll just issue you one. But it's not. It's my understanding that it's not illegal if you're out here and you don't have one. But I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but I just haven't really been approached by people, rangers or whatever, asking me for my permit or whatever. But it's pretty laid back. When you come out here to some of these BLM lands, for example, Craggy Wash over in Lake Havasu, there's kind of one way in, and there's a camp host there that they're like checking everybody that comes in, and they're taking your information and they're issuing you a permit for 14 days. And so every area is going to kind of handle it a little bit differently. Out here in Quartzsite, there's just so many people out here, and there's no way in hell they're going to be able to keep tabs on everybody. So they're not really worried about it, at least right now, because of the influx of so many people here. Will you be visiting to the East Coast this summer? No, I probably won't be going that far. It's just doing an East Coast trip is pretty costly. Just fuel. And I just don't know if I'm prepared at this point to bear that burden. But and honestly, I don't know if I want to actually go. I don't know if I want to take this large of a rig that far, because there's just the some of the camping situations changed drastically. There's just not as much abundant land out here as there is in the West. But anyways, I might kind of go travel in a smaller car maybe if I'm going to go to the East Coast. And I still want to do some traveling, but I may actually do it in a smaller vehicle than, say, a large rig like this. This large rig here in the West it's perfect. There's just so many areas you can go, and it's all free. So, but yeah, not this summer. I'll be working this summer. The LTV must be the 180-day thing. Yeah, I believe it's 180 days. It turns out to be like $1 a day or something. But yep, a lot of people they like the LTVA thing, but there's a lot of other ways you can do it. Like I said, I mentioned earlier in the video today, early in the live stream, that there's casinos that you can stay out here. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but there are no limits of stay at these casinos, especially if you get a fishing license like at the Kishan down here. There's actually some really cool places where you can have your own privacy and stuff on reservation land, and a lot of people just love doing that. So you're much better live than pre-recorded. All right, man. Okay, let's see here. 14 days is over. Do you have to move so far in distance to say another 14 days somewhere else? Technically, yes. There is a language that states that at the end of your 14 days you have to go so far, but my interpretation is that's going to depend from district to district and where you are as far as the mileage apart from one another, and then it just really depends down here. It's I don't know, it really just depends. I mean, who the hosts are, and like I've got buddies down here that stay down at the sand dunes, the Buttercup sand dunes, and there's a 14-day stay limit down there, but there's people that have been down there for a lot longer than that. But yes, to answer your question, yes, there is language that states you have to move so many miles away from where you were last parked. But is that enforced? Not really. From what I've seen and talking with other people, it's not very well enforced. Now, I'm not telling you here to go out and do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you what I hear. So New Mexico sells a 6-month permit for 180. Also, there's also some good boondocking. Yes, I want to get out to New Mexico, and we actually might be going there. We might be going there. I don't know. We might go and visit New Mexico. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to read that one, but I read it. The Northeast is not RV friendly. Low overpass is not BLM. Yeah, it's not. It's just not RV friendly. It's kind of like Florida, you know. Florida, you know, is very expensive. It's just very expensive, and like it's difficult to boondock or free overnight park, you know. And I certainly don't want to put myself. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I'm not. I don't have an interest in that, but I have an interest in traveling and stuff. But I might do it with a different vehicle, certainly, and so. Yeah, Eric, he's done a lot of traveling to the East Coast there, and so he definitely has a lot of experience, you know, RVing there on the East Coast. Yeah, I like casinos. There's a bunch of casinos in Oklahoma. Yeah, I absolutely love casinos because they are the government. Okay, and you know you're not dealing with. In a lot of cases, you're not dealing with a lot of bureaucracy on casino lands. Yes, they have rules, and yes, you better follow them to the letter because they have governing authority. And you know, the last thing you want to do is get busted on a reservation land. I've heard some pretty wicked stories about that, but it's really laid back. Most places, I mean, they want you to stay there. Okay, and some of them have rules. Some of them it's 4 nights. Sometimes they want you to get a player's card, but they want you to be there. They want you to stay in their parking lot, and so all in all, it's a great experience. So I absolutely love casinos, and it's great. You see a lot of rangers enforce these rules. I have I've seen a few rangers out here in Quartzsite, but yeah, I mean they are definitely out there, but I don't see anybody going around here checking people's permits here in Quartzsite right now. There's just too many people here, and they just cannot keep tabs on everybody here. Yes, 25 miles. Yeah, that sounds like a good number. Yep, 25 miles. That's about what I've heard. That sounds about right. So, yep, 25 miles or whatever it is. But like I said, a lot of this stuff, guys, is just not enforced, you know, at least, you know, out here on the West, that I have seen. So, you know, if you're playing it cool and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, nobody's really going to give you a hard time. Boston is the best city in the U.S. Yep, haven't been to Boston, but I've heard great things about it. Family actually went there and visited, and they had a great time there. And they really liked Boston. There's a lot of state parks in Florida that only charge $10 a day. You can stay there for 2 weeks. Wow, yeah. See, there's everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of exactly, and that's kind of stuff I'm not aware of. I'm not aware of what Florida is like or anything. I don't know. I've never been camping in Florida. Casinos, decent food. Yeah, a lot of places they got some pretty good buffets in a lot of these casinos. So, what else we got here? Is it just me? But I'm trying to click on the bell and it says error. Please try again. Yeah, I don't know. I know the internet connection here is not the greatest, but we're doing it anyway. I'm shooting this on a lower resolution because of the lower internet speed. So I've been experimenting a little bit with the resolution. So what I learned is if you've got low internet speeds, you don't want to be shooting with a high resolution. So check off that one. Laughlin is Nevada RV friendly. Absolutely, yeah. Laughlin is awesome. I mean, Laughlin, the Laughlin and Bullhead City area, that's one of my favorite areas to go because it's extremely RV friendly, and those casinos in Laughlin. I mean, that's another place. There's casinos in Laughlin. I mean, I know people there that they stay literally in the casino parking lot. They dry camp in the parking lot for like 6 months, and they move their trailer, they dump their tanks at other places. But yeah, you can set up camp at one of those casinos there, and a lot of people do that. Blacktop parking lot. You're not breaking any rules. It's totally legal, and they got trash cans and stuff like that. But yeah, Laughlin is a great area. The Avi Casino, the Riverside Casino in Laughlin is a great place. The Avi Casino, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, in Laughlin, it's way at the end of town of Laughlin. That is also a great place. They have an RV park there, and they also have a dry camping area. You can stay there as long as you want. Video looks good. Right on, man. Thanks. We stayed in Havasu south of town for 3 weeks with no rangers or enforcement, heading back up to Oregon now. Yeah. It just depends on, where you are. And there's a lot of places out here where you're not going to see any rangers or anything. There's a lot of places you can go, it's unlimited to where you can go. I mean, if you're doing everything cool and you're not drawing a lot of attention to yourself, I mean, nobody's gonna give you a hard time, or anything like that. So, it's totally cool. Yep, there's a lot of area. Parker is another area, another great area to go. There's a couple areas in Parker that are good. So there's a lot of land out here you can go and hide out on. Nevada won't, huh? Huh. Well, I wouldn't do that, but yep. Melanie, what's up, Melanie? The AV is awesome. We camped for 2 months in the dry camp around the river. See, there you go. Yes, that is a great place to go. I really liked it there as well. And a lot of places you can see, and yeah, the AV Casino is a great one. Yep. Avi, I think it's Avi. Yeah, Avi. And yep. The Colorado Bill had great barbecue. Yep. Yep. Lots of food to eat in Laughlin there. And then you've got great shopping across the river in Bullhead City. Everything is there. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Harbor Freight. Great shopping in Bullhead City. And it's just a pretty place. I mean, you can just park. They got places they got a nice park in Bullhead City that I like to go to, and just kind of hang out and chill there. They actually they've got internet free Wi-Fi in the parking lot. You can get at the park right on the river in Bullhead City. Oh, and they got Little Caesars in Bullhead City. Gotta love your pizza, right? What do we got here? What else we got? Last time was live. You guys had taco. What was for dinner tonight? What was dinner for tonight? Tonight we actually went out to dinner. We were in Phoenix and we went out for some Chinese food. I had teriyaki tonight, but yeah, we had one out tonight. So Laughlin seems to cater to the older people way cheaper than Vegas. Yeah. Laughlin is it seems to be a little more of an older crowd, but Laughlin totally caters to the RV crowd, RV friendly crowd. Vegas is like anti RV everything. It's like in Vegas they don't want anything to do with RVs, which I really dislike about Vegas. I think they should be friendly towards RVs. I mean, some of the casinos are, but Laughlin is just they welcome. They got the parking lots accommodate large RVs, and yep, bring your RV out. So What's your favorite place to camp in Yuma? My favorite place to camp, well, I've got a few places. I personally, I kind of like it right now off of a place called Ogleby Road. There's a land out there owned by a mining company called American Girl Mine. It's a huge parcel of land out there. You can camp wherever you want. There's pretty much, you know, not really much rules. Nobody checks you. There's no rangers or anything. It's private land, but they allow people to camp on it out there. And, you know, there's some great areas you can go out there and go camping and stuff, well, hiking, and it's just really low key, and they've got a well maintained road. The accessibility is great. Not so much right now because they're redoing the off ramp on the 8. They're resurfacing the entire highway out there, so they've got the ramps have been closed down, you know, east and west. So it's been a little bit of a fiasco getting out there, but that's one of my favorite places to go. And then, you know, occasionally I like staying at the casino. Like if I've got shopping to do in Yuma, I like to stay at the Paradise Casino because it's close to town, and that's a pretty low key place to stay out there. And you know, you can stay there for as long as you want, and you can unhitch your trailer, and you know, nobody's giving you any hassles about anything. I am going to check out another place here, I think, in Yuma, which would be east of Yuma. Welton, I think, was it Welton? Somewhere out there, I think I'm going to check out. But yeah, the Ogleby Road place is a great one. The Quishan Casino is another. That's another spot that's good. No, I haven't made a video tour of the fifth wheel yet, so I've got to get to work on that. So I've been resting here the last few days, but I'm gonna get to it here. So I know I told you like a couple days ago it was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. So not all promises get fulfilled here. So what else we got here? We got bogging down in the desert here. Paradise Casino, nice park next to Paradise Casino. Yes, there is a really nice park next to the Paradise Casino. Thank you for mentioning that. Really nice park, and there's places to like walk around and stuff. Yeah, that's a great place to a great place to go. You know, it's real low key, and like I said, you can stay there for as long as you want. So they got they provide trash, big trash dumpsters out in the parking lot, so you can dump your trash. I tend to kind of like Yuma a lot because Yuma is very RV friendly, and in Yuma there are if you need parts, supplies for your RV, there's like a multitude of choices. There's like, I don't know, 4 different RV shops that specialize in RV parts and accessories. Like I bought some. I went to Al's RV Parts in Yuma, and I bought some new weather stripping for the cargo door seals. I ordered it there, but great place to come. The sales taxes are lower here than they are in like Quartzsite. Quartzsite, everything's expensive. It's like 10% sales tax. In Yuma, it's like 8% sales tax, so it's a little bit less. I don't know, just Yuma, you can get, there's just a lot more selection of stuff in Yuma. Yuma is nice. Lots of places to shop and restaurants too. Yeah. It's it's Yuma. Yuma's Yuma. It's not a it's a farming agricultural community. It's not beautiful, but it's cheap there. It's very RV friendly there. There are places you can get free water. You can get free dump. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. There's a place there you could dump your tanks for free, which that's kind of a can get costly if you have to pay for that service down here, but you can get that done in Yuma for free. NorCal Dave, what's up? Howdy, what's going on? Thanks for the info on Yuma roller. Good night. Good night, Melanie. Hanging out. Yep. Hanging out. Hanging out. Yep. Hanging out. Hanging out. Answering some questions and chilling with you guys. Right on. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it kind of fell into my lap, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's really a nice older unit, and we're really happy with it. So, where is the free dump in Yuma? It's going to be at the 76 gas station, off of 4th. That's, what is it? I think it's 4th at the 76 gas station, and I don't believe it's listed on freedumpsites.net. But it's a 76 down there at the end of town. Great place to dump. It's free. You go in there and you exchange your driver's license for the keys to dump, but you get water there, and yep, it's a little secret place there. 250 Maine, when is your next live chat? I'm enjoying the information. Right on, brother. I'm going to try and schedule these, but I'm kind of thinking of what I'm thinking about starting to do is I'm going to do some, I'll do like some videos, and then like I'll do a Q&A follow-up video to that video, so that we could go deeper with the discussion and the content. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I like to schedule these things rather than just shooting them off the cuff here. So. Yeah, perfect fifth wheels. Yeah, it's only 32 feet overall length. It's a 31 RL or RLK, but yeah, it's a really. I'm very happy with the length of it. I don't think I would need anything longer than this. I just don't think it's necessary for me. I don't have any complaints about it being too short or being too long, so I think it's a good, happy medium of length. Right on, man. I appreciate it. Go show some love to my recent video, Lee's Bros Gaming. All right. Yep, 32 feet overall length. So it's listed as a 31, but with a fifth wheel you measure from the the overall length of it is generally longer than what the listed model number is. It's usually a foot longer or something like that. Well, we got an hour and 28, guys. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon. So probably next couple of minutes, I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys got some more questions, fire away here. My little 30-footer has a carry capacity of 4,000 pounds. Just unreal, huh? Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of weight. You can haul a lot of weight in these fifth wheels. This fifth wheel I have has the it gets the 8,800 pound axles, which are they're the heavier payload axles, and they can carry a lot of weight, and it's got the big drum brakes on it. So you're welcome, Mac. Hey, thanks for watching tonight. Right on. Good night, Jimmy. Thanks for watching. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. It's good to talk to you guys all again. And we got the tour coming up here next, and next couple days. So I'm on it. I'm not talking. I'm going to do it. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure conversing with you here. So have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.